All went well until the summer, when the flower buds on the cabbage trees up on the hill gleamed on their stalks like beads of white bone. It was the sweet smell of the flowers as they burst into bloom that made Nerida mad for her scarf. But Charlie was afraid to give it to her. Yet, when the blossom was over, the fret left Nerida as soon as it had come. Another year passed, and then it was summer again, and the weather so hot that the streams dried up and the grass turned brown on the hillside. But the cabbage trees bloomed as they had never bloomed before. And once again, Nerida pleaded for her scarf.
Oh, please, Charlie. This year, please.
It's only a tatty old scarf.
Oh. Oh.
Nerida? Nerida? Nerida.
No matter what Charlie did, Nerida didn't respond. He'd never seen her react like this. He was afraid she might die. He felt absolutely helpless. Then he remembered the scarf.
It's dry now. As brittle as old moss. Oh, Nerida. If I give it to you, you'll fly away. But I'd rather a bird in the tree than a withered up old rag in my hand.
Nerida remained calm and slept soundly. Charlie, as worried as he'd ever been, stayed to watch her in case she became fretful again. Finally, he too gave in to sleep in the hope that the morning would see things back to normal. It wasn't to be.
Nerida! Nerida! Nerida, where are you? Oh, don't leave me. Nerida!
When he got outside, Charlie found himself right in the middle of a thick mist. He would never have been able to find his way if he hadn't trodden suddenly on an apple core. And then another. Yet another.
Nerida!
He kept following the trail until finally he came up against a tree, rising like a bird out of the mist. It was a cabbage tree, the same one he'd come across while looking for the runaway steer.
Nerida! Nerida! Are you there, Nerida? Then I'll just sit here and I'll wait for you.
And wait there he did, until nightfall. But still, there was no sign of her.
Nerida! Are you there, my love? Come home with me now. I'll light a fire. We'll have something to eat. Nerida! Stay there if you want to. See if I care.
But Charlie didn't find it easy to forget the wife who'd shared his fire on winter nights. In the mornings he woke wondering where she was, and in the evenings it chilled his heart to come home to a cold and empty cottage. And all the time he wondered how she was going to keep warm out there in the bitter winter frosts. He suffered a winter of loneliness and despair that was almost unbearable. When spring came, it brought snow and icy winds. Charlie was out all day bringing in newborn lambs from the cold. One day, coming home cold and hungry as usual, he noticed something different about the house.
Nerida, why did you go away?
Oh, Charlie, it was so beautiful to be free. It was like flying. For a while, I didn't even miss you at all. But then I began to feel restless in a way I never had before. I seemed to get hungry more often. Only the food I ate never tasted as good as it did when I had someone to share it with. It wasn't such fun swimming anymore, or running through the forest. Sometimes I would stand inside my tree and tell it everything I'd done the night before. But it could only answer me by rustling its leaves, and it seemed such a sad sound, and didn't soothe me to sleep the way it used to. Today, I went to the stream and caught myself an eel. Then I looked down the hill and saw the windows of your house winking up at me in the sun. I couldn't think of a better place to cook a meal. You keep this. I've no use for it anymore.
I reckon it sparkles better round your neck than in my drawer.
But I'm giving it to you as a present, so you must take it.
No one has the right to take away another's freedom, Nerida. It's here if you ever want it.
It's good to be home, Charlie.
And Charlie thought those were the best words he'd ever heard. How'd they get on? Well, pretty well. As far as I know, Nerida still wears the key round her neck, and she hasn't unlocked that drawer till this very day. Well, I better be off. You'll come back again, won't you? There's many a tale of the mist to be told, and I know a few of them. Take care, and I'll see you again.